Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to spot reproduction Star Wars weapons. Alright, so let's look at a few quick ways that you can spot reproduction weapons. Now, to truly find out all the minute details and really learn, I'd recommend using the imperialgunnery.com. They give a lot of detailed photos. Here's a reproduction, here's not, on how to learn. But today we're going to be over just quick, in the field, ways to tell when you're buying if it's real or not. So, this is a reproduction. If we put it in water, it'll sink. This is a real one. We'll put it in the water and they float. Alright, so here's the thing. Not all real weapons float and not all reproductions sink. Here we have a reproduction Stormtrooper blaster that floats. Okay, so do you see the issue? You can't just use the float test. Now there's other real weapons. Like, for instance, Yoda's cane is a sinker. If you put it in water, it'll sink. It might look like it float on top. Tap it, it'll sink. Okay? So, it's not enough just to do this test. I know this is a very common test. It is not enough. You cannot just do this. Alright, guys. So, after the float test, another common good test that you can do in the field is the sound test. So, we're going to take two fake ones. We'll put a fake Bespin blaster and a fake Stormtrooper blaster in here. And we'll rattle them. Now you hear that noise? That's the sound of fake weapons. Let's put two real ones in. Do you see how it sounds less tingy? How I don't know how else to describe it except the tinginess. That is called the sound test. You can get that achieved through a Ziploc baggie like that. Some people, if you have a hard surface, will just drop them on the hard surface and listen to that if you get good at it. Another way to spot repros is if you look here or here. So if you look at this side, or we cover this parts up, I mean, that's a rather convincing, at first glance, Wicket Spear. Does it float? No, it does not float. So that's one giveaway that for Wicket Spears, for instance, they're supposed to float. This one doesn't. It's a repro. Stormtrooper blasters are supposed to float. You know, so we could say right away, oh, this is not a good one, right? But say it did float. You know, like I said, they make reproductions that float. Like we showed with this Repro Stormtrooper blaster. That's a reproduction. It floats. We'll pretend this one floated. Look here, guys, where I scraped away the paint. Do you see that? This was painted. It looks really convincing at first, but it was painted. This one was also painted. You can see where there's that there, where it's worn off, where I've rubbed that off. And you can see where I broke the tip. That should not be that color. It should be yellow all the way through. It should be cast in a yellow plastic. So there's that. Another thing you can look for, guys, is called an EPM. And it stands for Ejection Pin Mark. Let's get this to focus. Do you see this slight bump here right below or right next to my thumbnail? That is called an EPM. There's also one right down here. They're kind of hard to show up on camera. You see right there that little circle-ish? They can get the right light on it. There we go. Those are from when they made them in the mold tree. They would hit it with a pin to knock it out as part of the production process, and it made those little marks. Now, a lot of reproductions don't have them. For instance, if we look at this authentic black Stormtrooper blaster. This is one of the hardest weapons to find in Star Wars. Vintage Star Wars collecting, that is. And we look at this reproduction of it. The reproduction is very, very close. Very close. We're going to put that there. Now, if we look at the Stormtrooper Luke one, the real one here on the left, and the fake one here on the right, they look super close. However, the real one on the bottom has a slight mark right here from either the mold tree or an EPM, where this fake one does not. Now that's on the real black one, and if we look at the regular one, it also has that mark here. This is the more common blue-black blue one. It also has that mark. So, while this isn't the most complete, all you could do, to learn all you can learn about reproductions, it takes time. It takes research. It can't just be done in a simple, quick video. But in this simple, quick guide, I hope you learned different ways to spot reproduction weapons when you're out hunting toys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day, and may the force be with you.